Welcome to Minot Talk this Tuesday morning.
Howdy. How you now?
How are you?
I'm great. Happy Tuesday morning.
We are joined by, oh, dude, you get to say your name because I feel like I say it wrong every single time.
Yeah, I'm Jeff Haider.
Haider. I do say it wrong.
Fair.
Yep.
You said it right on the last. Yeah, you said Haider.
Good.
It's usually Hater. People call me Hater.
Yep.
I'm used to being Hater.
Yeah,
So.
that's brutal life.
Yeah,
it's a brutal.
Oh,
life.
I'm used to it. It used to bug me. Now I don't even care. I don't even correct people anymore.
I feel that. If you call me Tyler, Kyle, or Skylar, I'll probably reply to it. I get
Sounds
that.
good.
Yeah.
We'll call you Skylar today then.
Okay. I like it.
It's my least favorite of the three, but I'll take it still.
We'll go with Skylar. All right. No, it's good to have Jeff here with us. So excited for that. Mm-hmm. And today is a special day.
It is. It's Veterans Day today. November 11th, 11th day of the 11th month. Originally started back after World War I as Remembrance Day as Armistice Day, and developed over the years preceding now into Veterans Day too. So shout out to anyone watching. Thank you for your service. We appreciate every single one of you for taking your time and doing your duty. And big day here today. So if you're trying to do anything around town in Minot, probably going to be shut down. Good chances things are closed today.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. So you are closely involved. You're on the board at the Minot Association of Builders.
Correct. Yep.
Very good. And so we're excited to have you on because there has been a lot of discussion at City Council and beyond
In general,
about the development of homes in Minot.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is obviously something that has to be a priority for Minot.
Absolutely. Definitely needed.
We have big projects on the way. North American Iron.
Yep.
We like to talk about these easy touch points. North American Iron.
The Sentinel project as well coming up.
Thousands of people coming, hundreds of homes needed. And I mean, there's not that many homes on the market. And obviously you're not a real estate agent. That's not what we're going to talk about specifically, but there's not enough housing for all these people.
Correct. Yep. Absolutely. We're definitely short on housing here.
And if there's anything that comes up on the market that is, for general sense, affordable, normally doesn't last too long.
It's
either.
gone pretty quick.
Yeah.
So what? And again, you're not a realtor, so we'll get into the prime topics that we're supposed to get to. But when you guys are talking about affordable housing, what is that price point? What is that price point actually?
I mean, for me, like a starter entry level home is in the threes,
Wow.
It'd be in the threes.
Yep. That's good.
Yep.
Yep.
I preferably low threes,
Right,
but
yep, exactly.
I mean, honestly, a $350,000 home is probably entry level at this point.
Isn't that crazy?
In the market
I feel like
today,
I feel like over the last 10 years that's gone up by like $100,000.
Yeah, well, a lot. Yeah, my first house was $70,000. So
Yeah.
It's incredible.
That's incredible. Yeah. Okay, very good. So I think what I want to launch off from this is the thing that we've heard a lot about is there's not land, ready to use land, and you know the actual industry terms, and you'll use those terms, but we just don't have land that's ready to be built on right now as a city. And so kind of give us maybe even a backstory or kind of present like how we're here and what that actually means when you guys are talking about we don't have land that's ready to be built. We're like, hey, we see land over there. There's no house. There's no building on that. Build there.
Yeah.
What does it actually mean?
Yeah, I mean, we do have this lack of shovel-ready lots is what the term the city uses. We're very short on those, and I think probably I don't know the exact number, but I would dare guess under 200 and probably almost maybe even under 100 shovel-ready lots available to build on in Minot.
Wow.
So I mean, the building permits continuously have been in that 40 to 80 range a year in Minot. So, I mean, we might have 2 years of building left before we're out of lots completely.
Wow.
And that's
so. Is this how does this problem get fixed?
There's a lot of different ideas out there. I guess I last week I'd sent a message to the podcast about maybe we pull some magic fund money and put it into this. And Rob Fuller really liked that idea, and I don't know. I think that there's that option,
right?
Or just publicize and try to get the word out that there's a lot of these developments that are close to being operational. These arrested developments that people could come in at and potentially come in with a little less money than the original people and purchase these developments, build them out, and make a lot of money.
And so I want to talk about arrested developments, but before we get there, you mentioned the term shovel ready. That's what the city uses. Yeah. Is there potentially land around that's just not shovel ready that there has to be the infrastructure that is brought to it and developed in order for it to be? Is there still like opportunity, or are we literally almost at capacity in the town?
Well, there's a lot of land that's, private land, farmland, you
would have to be purchased. Yeah.
Exactly. You look across from the high school, you see that big chunk that Sam's/Walmart was looking at a few years ago.
Right south of,
right north of my church.
Yeah, exactly. Which is
Eagles Landing.
I'm thinking of the middle school, not Jim Hill, my gosh.
Where are you thinking of?
The North Hill, the middle school on North Hill, Ramstead. Right south of Ramstead. There's a bunch of big.
That's another place too.
Yep.
That's Idlewild. Yep. Idlewild's 200 and some lots that Ramstead School District owns, and there's $0 in taxes getting paid because it's the school's owned
property.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so there's parcels around town that could be developed.
Absolutely.
So it's not a deal of that we're actually, because when the conversation comes up, at first it sounds very scary.
It sounds like the city has to annex more land or else there's nowhere else to go.
But that's not the situation.
No, I think there's a lot of land that's available that, I mean, it's, like I said, you could come into some of these developments, finish them out and see some homes going up pretty quickly.
Yeah. So we could get stuff shovel ready. Now, again, you've talked about arrested developments. I'm almost there, but before we get there, I also want to ask this: what kind of there's options to get it shovel ready? You mentioned that already. There's a lot of ideas of getting this. Is this something where you, from your point of view, I understand you got to be a little bit careful, but is this something where the city should look at incentivizing? You mentioned Magic Fund dollars, finding some kind of option where they really put in some of the work to get it shovel ready for this, or how? And you're on the Association Builders. You've probably seen this happen in other towns, other cities, other locales. What's kind of your perspective on that?
Yeah, I think the city could take some ownership in it and develop it themselves, finish it out if they want, if they wanted to.
Yeah.
I think, I've seen some areas where it's county and city together doing it. I've seen, there's a lot of options out there for them to do it. But I kind of think, they're at least doing a good job at trying to get the word out that there's these developments out there at least.
Yeah. And part of that initiative was that proposal that was put together by Pittner recently, Alderman Pittner, to have a development board. I don't forget what committee.
Yep.
And potentially, do you think you're going to be part of it?
Yeah. Mark Janser, Mayor Janser had asked me to be on it. I was on a flight back with him from DC, so we had a good conversation. And
good time to catch up there.
Yeah, he said he wanted to put me on it. So, yeah.
That's exciting. Do you see something like that being positive for Minot?
Oh, absolutely. I think you could get a lot of, I think the Economic Development Committee that was going on, I think they actually touched on a lot of really good ideas. I don't know if the city council necessarily listened to them all personally.
Right,
I kind of think that there was a lot of discussion, a good discussion of opportunities out there. And to Rob's point last week, I do agree that economic development necessarily isn't facade improvement and some of those things. I don't think that's necessarily economic development to a point. I think that you're kind of, you are essentially paying for somebody's building upgrades, in a little way.
For sure.
So that's...
I mean, if I got... people will criticize me for this, but if I got some money for my house, it'd increase the value too, and I'd pay more in taxes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
I think we all would.
Right, exactly. We all would. And that's the thing is, if you go and you approach economic at such a micro level like that, and I understand it was very focused in a certain part of town that was felt like needed help essentially, but that's such a micro thing that it's hard to affect economic development on a wide scale. Mm-hmm. All right, a big deal that we hear talk about, or that you've talked about, is these arrested developments. Kind of break down what they are, maybe even point out a couple that people might know
think of in town.
Sure. Yeah. One would be Bolton Heights, and that's kind of west of the bypass. Kind of there's apartment buildings, and there's some duplexes. It's the one that the city was talking about with
that little northwest corner there.
And they have some infrastructure stubbed in for duplexes, and they were trying to change it to single family. And they would have to come in and stub, and block off some of those water lines and stuff.
Yeah. So this is the one that's directly west of the lot that was potentially for Sam's Club, right?
Correct. Yep. Perfect.
So directly west of that. And that's an arrested development. And what's interesting is I don't think of that as an arrested development. No, because there's been a ton of development that's been done.
You see all the big apartment buildings and you think it's done. Yep. But in reality, there was more of a plan to it initially.
There was, yeah. Well, and I think, is it 21st up there, that was kind of supposed to be the main corridor, and that, they kind of want that to continue on. And, so I think that's sort of the plan, the grand plan of it.
And how do these become arrested? When does that term get placed on a development?
Well, I think when they just become stagnant,
Okay.
I think a lot of these developments, we're going on 10, 15 years of these developments have been sitting there idle. And, they've put some infrastructure in. They started right at the peak of the market. Everything was kind of high priced. They were paying, peak boom pricing on a lot of the land and the infrastructure. And then they kind of got caught, now they're stuck with it, and they're kind of hoping for it to come back to recoup some of that money.
Yep. No. Okay. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense right there. Mm-hmm. So you have an arrested development that's just sitting there. No further development gets done there. We've seen this with some of them where they actually do get bought out, and somebody else's. Is it hard to develop in Minot? And not because it's Minot. I'm just saying in general.
Yeah, like a lot of developments around the country, a lot of people say it takes 2-3 times before somebody can come in there and actually finish the development out. Usually somebody will go in, have big dreams, and then they'll go bankrupt, and then another person comes in, and don't get me wrong, there's some developers that come in here and they can just hit it out of the park the first time. Yeah. But there's quite a few that we see that are, second, third tries.
You have those big thoughts and dreams that it's going to be this grand project, and then lo and behold, you start getting things developed, and either people don't start buying the way you thought, or it ends up costing more to develop than what you thought.
And a lot can happen in a year or two too.
Exactly.
So, they start this dirt work and they start getting all this infrastructure in, and all of a sudden, the economy changes in 2 years pretty quickly.
Oh yeah,
we found that out.
Yeah, especially coming out of that. Well, I bought a condo in 2015. I paid a certain amount for it, and within 2 years, I had lost 30% of its value.
My goodness!
And I paid under $150,000 for it.
Wow!
And so then it has steadily came back, and it's not exactly what it was before, right away. But yeah, I was like, wow, that's crazy that you could lose that much value in that small of a purchase, Yeah. But that's
how fast the market can change,
and that's
too.
how bad it was coming out of that oil boom, basically.
Because
absolutely,
and that was such a specific time in Minot's history too, because post flood and peak oil boom all kind of came together.
Double deal. Yep.
So you had so much land around that not just needed to be redeveloped, but that couldn't be developed on in the future if you were in the floodplain. And then on top of that, how many houses had to be rebuilt?
Well, they said 20%, I think, of the city had to get rebuilt from the flood. I think after all said and done, after the improvements and stuff, it'll be 20%.
That's incredible. Okay, talk about this for a minute, because you've been kind of, your background is that you've been on the builder side, supporting builders through where you're at now, all the way back Minot Builder Supply. You tell your story better than I will.
About myself, my
history? Yeah.
So I guess out of college, I went to college at NDSCS for drafting and estimating. I moved out to Minnesota, had a job out there for Lester Building Systems. Mm-hmm. And after September 11th happened, the market completely fell out down there. And I moved back in with Mommy and Daddy. I went to college at Minot State and did pre-civil engineering classes there. And then I worked at Menards part-time, and then I ended up working at Menards for 9 years. Ended up switching over to Minot Lumber for 2, and then I was at Crane Johnson for 4.5 before where I'm at now.
Yeah. And where are you at now?
I'm at WB Components.
Okay. Very good. And so you kind of seen this you've worked with a lot of different builders and seen kind of the ebb and flow of the developments in Minot of coming out of what we were just talking about, those terrible days right after the flood. What was that like being in the market then?
Well, and honestly, Minot's pretty resilient. I've kind of felt like I couldn't even tell you what year the actual housing, recession started. Is it 16? I don't even know. For me, that's fair. I never felt it. I've honestly, every year it's been, between oil boom, ag, residential here. It's
something picks up the wheat.
Yeah, something's going on. So it's never been off.
If something starts kind of dipping, you have something else over there to pick 100%. Up on it. Yeah.
Right. So I think one thing that comes up with this, and you probably have heard it by your connection with working with the builders through those rules and also through the Association of Builders, is Minot is a difficult place to develop in and to do all this stuff. And obviously that's a very strong statement that is made.
But it's a common one that you hear around.
It is a common one. And every once in a while you hear sentiments that go against that from council or that support that from council. And that's kind of, I think what's important is that there's two things that the city the citizens of Minot get to see on this? The one, they get to see the council, what the council say, and that's our understanding of it. Two is the employees of the city. And me as a citizen, I've never talked with the city engineer. As a citizen, I've never talked with him. Never talked with the city inspectors or whatever. Through the role here, we've had some interactions with that stuff. But what I'm saying is the citizens of Minot don't get that experience. So that's not what we're really talking about. It's that public perception that is really presented by council, and then sometimes through the builders that you get to work with, their interactions with those key players. So Minot's a difficult place to develop in. Kind of either disprove that. I know that you guys have had a lot of conversations recently. I know that the city has been very attentive to this and have been trying to overcome this perception.
They've been vocal in trying to get over that hill.
Kind of give us some inside perspective to that of where there's truth in that and where there's not.
Sure. For me personally, a lot of the builders I've spoken with have said like the city's been pretty good to work with. That being said, some of the surveys that our association sent out weren't as favorable to them. I mean,
sure.
So there's some of that, but a lot of what I've heard and seen is that the city's actively trying. Last week I had brought a developer in to meet with the chamber with Mark Lyman. And he was interested in potentially building 30, 40 homes or more in Minot a year, kind of that case model.
That would be the full amount that we normally build a year.
Exactly.
He wanted to take them all.
Yep, he wanted to, and so he was definitely pushing and wanting to do it. So Mark arranged a meeting with the city of Minot, and he brought in his investors that he has, and one of the investors we're sitting in this meeting and. He looks over and he goes, I got to tell you guys this. He's like, I build in Anchorage, and it's like, he's like, they're not builder friendly. They're not this. Wow. And he goes, I have to give you guys kudos. The city seems builder friendly.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's huge.
Yeah. And so they it got said, and Lance Myers looks over at me. He's like, write that down.
Exactly. Please do.
Make sure you take notes.
It was really good things that were being said. So and I do feel like the city is actively trying to get these lots developed, and they want to see more construction in Minot.
Get that over to Jennifer Clean.
Heck yeah.
Get that on social media. Let's drive engagement to this. All right. So it's something that the city's actively trying to do. But I guess the question that I have with it, because we hear stuff like red tape needs removed. No, it's not that. We just need this. No, it's not that. We just need this. When you say that the city is being developer friendly, what does that actually mean? How can the city be developer friendly?
I think being developer friendly is answering the phone calls when the contractors call and have questions, with inspections or with all these different groups. I think finding workarounds if there is some sort of hiccup. A lot of times these things don't go perfect, and it's nice to have that city help to come in there and kind of fix things when stuff's going wonky. So
gotcha.
That's fair.
Yeah, and
openness and availability.
Exactly. That's what I think is builder friendly to me. And then just having incentives and having a reason to build in our city is another builder friendly thing.
Yeah, that's a huge topic right there that we'll dive into more in a minute.
No, that was good. If you have something you want to go to first, I was going to go off that.
You mentioned the openness and availability. What about, and this may be something that is very great. I don't build speed to request, because you guys, it's a very, matter of fact, I was talking with somebody and we wanted to put up a sign up on a building, and they're like, yeah, you got to get a permit for that. And it's like, oh, wow. Didn't realize that, and for better or for worse, I'm not taking a shot here, just didn't realize I had to get a permit to put up a sign in my building. You guys get to deal with way more permits than I ever have to deal with. How about that process? Because I'm sure that's where a lot of things go to die or go to thrive.
Yeah, we had our first meeting with the city, about a year ago, and one of the talking points was how long it was taking to get building permits approved, and it was up to a month, maybe even longer on just a simple permit. And they've since then they've hired a commercial plan reviewer, and they've made pretty good steps. I think the last contractor I talked to said he got his permit in about a week.
Wow.
So it's I think that's pretty impressive to see that kind of turnaround, and it mirrors what a lot of the other cities are seeing. Bismarck's kind of a similar time frame, a week to two, and some of the other cities, it's
For sure.
At least being on par with kind of what else is going on in the market, in the regional market, at least. There.
I think in that area, that's fine.
Yeah.
We talked about Minot being a leader in some ways. We don't need to.
We want.
All right.
We want to lead in that one.
Yeah. Well, I think you want to lead in every one, but I don't think that there's a need to.
That's
You're on
fair.
par. You're good.
That's fair.
So you mentioned incentivizing. Talk about this. What can the city of Minot do to help incentivize developers to want to come to Minot? Incentivize more homes getting built.
Yeah, well, I think there's a lot of ways to look at it. I think the biggest problem we have in Minot is just getting land developed so we can build the houses. I think there's a lot of really good actual incentivization for other cities are doing. For like Williston, they're doing a $25,000 infrastructure credit on any kind of water hookup fees, sidewalks, stuff like that, electrical. They also are doing like building permit reductions or credits. That they're doing like a $3,000 credit on a building permit, basically covering the entire cost of a building permit there for a house. Wow. So that spurs a lot of their housing, I think, out there. Other areas we've seen, like Valley City's got $40,000 to a new home, home builders, and then Barnes County has got one that's $30,000 for a new home out in the county, out in the rural. So there's a lot of that just to kind of, get that. But I think the problem in our area necessarily isn't the getting the houses going; it's getting a place to build them,
That's fair.
Yeah. So the land gets developed, I think the rest will follow.
How do you find that next batch or plot of land to develop then?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's kind of
the city's sort of growing every which way, right? We've got North American Iron coming out to the west. We've got the hospital,
the south side of town there.
I'm sorry, east for the North American Iron, and then north side you got Sentinel, where there's going to be a lot of military people wanting to get housing up there too. So, I don't know exactly what goes on in their brains. I think it's just finding a reasonable price on some land and trying to find where they can get as close to the utilities as they can.
It feels like when we get into this, honestly, it's a subject to me that feels a little bit dire. Like this isn't, we don't only talk about this. We try to be positive because we're good citizens of Minot.
We do like Minot a little bit here.
The fact of the matter is that, Project Sentinel, there's a couple thousand people. North American Iron, thousands of workers. Yeah. And it's already hard enough to find a place to live. Yeah. This is not something that can be just we're going to figure this out. This is something that needs a lot of attention. Am I wrong?
No, I agree. Absolutely. I think the city council should be putting full, effort into this and finding some sort of, solution to it and trying to get as much development going as they can right now. I mean, we're, like I said, it takes 2 years, 3 years sometimes for some of these developments to get online, and some of these projects are going to be starting in
that time frame
and be almost operational.
So we're already behind.
Yeah,
I know.
And well, that's the other interesting with the Sentinel project too, is it's not, a lot of those people that come for this likely aren't going to a lot of that'll probably be temporary,
and that
it'll be a long-term
difficult.
Temporary kind of thing. Like it'll be years, but it's not going to be a decades long kind of thing.
Right. But the North American Iron, it is permanent.
That's a different.
And some of them are going to be pulled from the community already.
Exactly.
But not all of them. Whether you're getting workers from Rugby who maybe don't want to drive in every day for the rest of their career, or whether they're actually moving in from the steel belt of America, or whatever that were iron
the
belt
Rust
of America.
Belt,
Rust belt. Hey, we can call it whatever we want today,
right?
right?
We can. Close.
I'm terrible.
The iron belt works perfect.
It was getting a lot closer.
Yesterday was November 10th. It was the anniversary of the Edmund Fitzgerald sinking. So
yeah, we'll have to talk about that later. All right. So we know that Jonathan's terrible with his names. We've learned a lot here, but the bigger deal is that this is a situation that needs to be
addressed,
figured out. We're going to go to a quick break. While we're on break, if you want to learn more about Jeff, you can go to jeffhaider.design.blog. You have a little vlog out there.
Trying to get out there a little bit.
I love it.
Yeah, trying to get a little creative. I don't know.
I think that's great. I think that's fantastic. We might talk a little bit about that. We have to talk about the best basketball team in the North. Yeah. Spoiler. And we got to talk about a government shutdown and a couple other things after the break.
In the demanding world of oil and gas, precision, safety, and efficiency are non-negotiable. Unmanned operator drone services revolutionizes how you monitor, inspect, and manage your operations. With cutting-edge technology and expert operators, we deliver real-time data, detailed reports, and actionable insights for our valuable clients. Why risk the safety of your team or waste precious time? Our drones access even the most challenging areas with ease, reducing downtime and enhancing safety across your sites. We take the guesswork out of your projects by offering LiDAR, mapping, and inspection services so that your projects stay safe, on budget, and on time. Unmanned operator drone services, where technology meets safety, precision, and efficiency. Contact us today to elevate your operations. Yes, pun intended.
Enjoy Minot's finest authentic Mexican cuisine with a view at Mi Mexico. The rooftop patio is open and ready for you to enjoy a margarita or other cool refreshment along with genuine mouth-watering Mexican entrees. Mi Mexico, South Broadway.
All right, we're back.
Hi.
I'm Jonathan. That's Kyler. We're joined by Jeff Haider, Minot Association Builders.
Yes.
And WB Components. And founder of the jeffhaider.design.blog. Got to get that in there.
And I started a new drafting business in
You
July.
did? I didn't know this.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah,
Tell us about this.
My wife and I started drawing homes. I've been teaching her AutoCAD and trying to teach her how to do design.
How's your guys' relationship going?
It's going great, actually. It's sort of fun. Honestly, we kind of have a really good time with it. So,
That's awesome.
And she kind of does a lot of the billing and I'm not a business owner. I'll let her handle all that.
Yep.
I'll just do the work and let her get paid kind of thing.
I love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've done like 21 houses I've drawn since July. So
Wow.
it's been really
That's huge.
busy.
Really neat. Really neat. That's way cool.
If anyone's interested, where can they reach out to you for that?
Yeah, and Coda Designs. I've got a Facebook page. And,
Perfect.
Come find me on that.
That's awesome.
Very cool. So we teased about talking about the best basketball team in the North. And when
We have to
said
specify
that,
North,
yeah,
yeah.
we had to figure out who this is. Because when I looked up the Denver Nuggets record, they're still good.
Nuggets
They're
are
like
tough.
7-2, I think, or something. And the T-Wolves are 7-4 right now.
Yep.
Is this your guys' year? Is this the Timberwolves' year?
I mean, honestly, since Ant got back from injury, he's been dynamite. This last 3 games,
that
have been
guy's so good.
and
Julius Randle's had a heck of a year.
Julius Randle and J-Mac. We've got. I mean, honestly, the 3-headed monster is going strong in Minnesota.
Jaden McDaniels hitting like 60% on corner threes this year. It's just ridiculous right
Been
now.
pretty impressive.
I love me some Jaden McDaniels simply because he's a Washington Husky. So, although in college basketball, colleges matter a lot less because they literally just go there for 1 year and then go to the pros when you have a good one. What's your favorite Nas Reed moment?
Nas Reed.
And are we taking it? I said it wrong?
No.
Okay. And are we taking it this year?
We are taking it for sure. Favorite Nas Reed moment was buying a bunch of Nas Reed towels on eBay after I missed the initial drop of them for like $150 a piece for these stupid towels. And then the Timberwolves re-released them at $25 shortly thereafter.
Yes.
So yeah, I've got like 6 Nas Reed towels that are worth nothing. I mean,
Way
maybe-
too much.
Yeah,
That's
way overpaid
hilarious.
on that. So.
That's hilarious.
I love the never-ending Nas Reed meme of just everyone and everywhere Nas Reed.
Every event you see it, I bring that towel. Yeah, I'm going to a Nuggets Bulls game next week, and I'm bringing my Nas Reed towel. So if
As
you
you
see it, it's
should.
going to be me in the crowd.
As you
100%.
should.
Yep.
Rick Bial says Anaconda does a great job. Jeff has designed numerous projects for us. He's so great. So
Thanks, Rick.
yeah,
Appreciate
glowing
you.
review there.
Appreciate you.
You have to get that out on Facebook. All right, so Timberwolves are taking it all.
100%. Yeah,
100%.
sorry, Rick. The Warriors are not going to win. They are awful this year.
They're old.
Yes.
Yeah, they're old, washed up.
See,
Timberwolves going to finally get over the hump in the Western Conference.
I think it's possible. I mean, there's some tough teams in the West.
dude, Lakers are
West-
good this year.
Lakers are great.
They
Yeah.
are. They haven't even had LeBron yet.
I know.
You got
That's why they're great.
You're not wrong. Honestly, they're not deep, but
Yeah.
their starting lineup's great. But
if they're healthy in the playoffs.
I'll argue that the Wolves with Dante starting now. I mean, we are really close to the Lakers starting 5. I think, including
Gotcha.
LeBron,
Yeah.
I think the Thunder are still the team in the
How did the
West.
Thunder become good?
because SGA
And
is
depth.
awful to watch, and he does this push-off move on every single person,
Yeah.
and doesn't get called for it. And he's awful to watch. I can't stand watching any Thunder game.
You probably learned that from James Harden.
I was going to say, he's just like James Harden from 10 years ago, only he can actually take it to the next level and win doing it.
Also, we have a reminder in the comments. So we had the Rick Bial I'm probably I say all names wrong, so it's a tough life. Jeff has designed numerous projects for us. He's so great. And then Ann says, Ann also rocks. I assume that's your wife.
That's my wife.
Yes, I love it. So go, Ann. I love
You're
it.
at Disney. Go enjoy Disney. You don't need to watch me make a fool of myself on here.
10:30 in Florida time. It's got to be beautiful. Well,
It's cold. She said it's cold this morning.
Not
Yeah, that's
beautiful,
right.
but
That's right.
a lot of fun stuff to do down there.
So who's going to be in the championship? Let's go Western Conference Finals.
I'll rehash my take
dude,
from
this
last
guy.
year. Lakers T-Wolves. It's going to be right this year. I can feel it.
I mean, I think Wolves, Thunder probably. Honestly,
Wolves Thunder.
I think so.
Rematch.
I think so. Yeah, Shea's gonna fall his way all the way there. So yeah, well,
and then he's going to foul his way all the way. And then who's going to win that?
You got to go.
Wolves.
There's no question.
In how many games?
Wolves in 4.
6?
No,
4.
Wolves in 4.
Wolves
Yeah.
in
So
4.
we're sweeping them. Yeah.
You guys are bringing your brooms.
Yeah.
All right. And so then who do we have in the
In the East.
No, in the actual championship.
Oh.
Yeah. For it all, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
The Larry O'Brien Trophy.
Yeah,
The LOB.
We go, who's going to be in that?
From the East, I mean, the East is garbage. Honestly,
It is. It always is.
I mean,
There's like 3 teams.
yeah, the Knicks look. I really like the Knicks with Cat. I'm probably gonna pick. I'm gonna pick
that's
the
just because
Knicks.
of Cat.
Yeah, I love the.
The Knicks are my pick in the East too. Knicks, Lakers.
What about the Pistons?
Pistons are there,
Cade Cunningham's been on a run.
9-2.
Yeah.
but they barely beat the Wizards the other day.
Yeah.
like I mean,
I'm sure
They
they're
let
a little
Bradley
bit flat.
Beal drop like 4, or not Brad Beal, CJ McCollum, who's like 40, drop like 40 on him.
You want to know what's funny? Is there was this but a graphic that I saw, and it had like the 3 longest winning streaks in the MLB last year, and it had the Brewers, and it had the Brewers again because they had 2 of the longest ones, and had the Twins.
Yeah.
I'm like, how in the world
We're gonna win Twins.
They had like a 15-game winning streak,
Yep.
and then just tanked the rest of the year.
Yeah.
sold off their whole team, right?
Yeah,
that's-
that winning streak brought them from like 12 games below 500 to start the year, brought them over 500,
Yeah.
and then they proceeded to suck the rest of the year and sell off their entire bullpen.
And the reason
which
why I
was
said
their
that is
biggest
maybe
strength.
the Pistons are having this like flash in the plan. It's hard to believe that the Pistons are back.
I think last year showed that they're not a bad team. Like
Yeah.
they're gonna make.
But 9-2 is like, right? It's way too early to make any judgment calls. But you're talking about not just
First, second
back,
seed
not just
kind
an
of thing.
8 seed. They're like trying to be a dominant force in the
You're
East.
trying
And
to
that's
get-
hard to believe.
Yeah, they're trying to get home court advantage
Yeah,
at that point.
for sure.
And
All right, so you kind of have it as Knicks versus the T-Wolves
It's my pick.
for it all.
Yep.
And how does that series play out? You can't go with a 4-game sweep.
No,
Can you?
No, it'll be Batman, Robin, or no, how did it go? Batman, Superman, Wolves in 5.
Yeah,
Something like that. I don't know, yeah.
Batman, Superman, Ant-Man,
yeah.
Wolves and 5.
Wolves and 5.
Yeah, there you go.
I like it. There you go. Well, that's
Jonathan,
best-
what's your prediction
Yeah,
for the finals?
yeah.
You don't even have to do the Western Conference and Eastern Conference. Who's going to
I
make
have
the
not
finals?
been following along this well, so I'm gonna go solely off records. Typically, I would be a guy that'd say Celtics, but there's no Tatum, so Celtics are trash.
This is their year to like get lucky and get another top 3 pick because they're the Celtics.
Yep.
I kind of have a soft spot for the Knicks as well, but they got rid of Tibbs, and I know that maybe players don't like the guy. I have no idea, simply because
Tibbs
he
is
plays.
good. I like Tibbs.
I'm kind of sad that they got rid of him, and so I kind of don't want to see them go.
Tibbs will get another job.
He'll get. That's not the problem. It just is
He's
like
likable. He's so likable. I think.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, and he's a culture.
he's like
builder.
Chris Finch. I mean,
yeah.
they're just.
But
both
why in the
likable.
world would the Knicks get rid of him? They just had like the best year that they've had in forever, and
I
they get
agree.
rid of the guy.
I think you got to give him at
So,
least one more year.
It made no sense to
Yeah.
me either on that. I didn't.
I
You
don't
go
want
to
him
the
back.
East Conference Finals and you bail on him.
I'm gonna take. Actually, I'm gonna go with Bucks. I'm gonna say that they're
Say
gonna get
Giannis goes on a run and drags
Giannis is
the.
going to get hurt.
there. You're probably right.
Mark my words.
You're probably right.
Every season.
But they actually invested around him. They tried to get players. They made the Pacers terrible. They helped make the Pacers terrible.
They got Miles Turner.
Yeah,
Halliburton getting hurt. Is probably
right.
not helping.
Halliburton didn't help, but then they go and they give up Miles Turner. That did not help either.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the Bucks making it back to the championship, and on the Western side, I'm a Trailblazers fan, so we know that they're not gonna make it. If I'm a fan, they're
Poor
not gonna
Chauncey
make it.
Billups.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Spurs. I'm gonna go upset.
I'll say
Stuff.
Wemby just goes on Yep. Superman run probably
Wemby's a
wins.
stud.
He is.
Wemby
Yeah.
is. I mean, he's top 5 in the league. There's
If he stays healthy, because he has health problems.
Yeah.
anyone that size. I mean, that's just such a big man.
And he's so
Yep.
he can do everything. It's
Right.
insane. 7'5", you can handle the ball, you can shoot threes, you can dish it. It's ridiculous.
It
Guy
is
can do
ridiculous.
everything.
All right, that's the
That was the sports section.
Yeah.
basically that
for
is.
Woolstock. I appreciate that.
People need to take note of that though. There's probably some shit that'll come out of it in a few months.
Yeah. We'll revisit it.
Yeah, we
At some point.
we'll cut someone's hair off if they're wrong.
No.
Shave my head.
no,
We're
yeah.
good. It's almost gone. We're good.
I love
I
it,
think we got to figure something out for Jonathan.
dude. We're not shaving my
Yeah,
hair.
you've got too nice a hair. We can dye it. How about that?
Let's bleach it.
Highlight it. Oh, we should have
that'd be-
highlights.
Yeah,
That'd be
that'd
hot.
be epic. That would look good on camera, probably.
It would.
So
I know people that can put do the like.
you know what? We could shave my beard.
What? Flip side, grow a beard.
Hey, there's nothing to grow.
Same.
Like I don't really have to shave. All right, we have stuff
just-
that people want to talk
okay,
about.
real things. All right, back to the show.
So we'll close out on Minot stuff, but for a minute, government shutdown might be going away. This came on the heels of our guest going to DC. So you get some deals worked
Did you
out.
get the ball rolling?
Yeah, it was pretty bad out there. Honestly, I kind of thought that the traffic wouldn't be that bad. Everyone's going to be like out of town and whatever. Oh my God. Every person was seriously out there like driving around and causing traffic jams. It was brutal to get around down there the last time.
That's
It was
terrible. That's
No,
bummer.
I guess no one was working. They were all out and about.
Everyone was enjoying it. Seriously, everyone was
Yeah.
at every single museum. Everything we went to was just packed. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, 60-40 vote. Finally progress made. Potentially by the end of the week, things could happen.
Yeah.
Looking good. Yeah.
We'll see.
Sounds like I think they're sending it to the House today to start working on it and see if they can do something or not.
Speaker Johnson addressed it, but I was
Mike.
like, it would be hilarious if it would be semi-hilarious. It'd be ironic is a better word.
There you go.
Truly ironic.
Not unironically.
Not unironically. Truly ironic. That if some people could not make it back for the vote due to the flights.
Oh, yeah.
Their flight gets canceled.
Yeah, because it's like that's
would
your
be-
own problem you created,
Yep,
by the way.
that would be fun.
Absolutely.
Would be, but he's like, get back here early so we don't have that problem. We'll see what happens. It would be good if it got back in order. I think there's a lot of things that are not working right that we're just ready to.
I didn't even think about the flight thing. That's hilarious. That's actually, that's amazing.
You know, one year there was a government shutdown around, it wasn't it close to tax day?
It was like December, January, I want to say.
I thought, yeah, and during COVID they delayed taxes. I know that when I was in the mortgage industry, it was a pain because you couldn't get your transcripts, or there was a delay on tax transcripts and stuff. It was a huge pain there. Causes a bunch of problems. It'd be nice if it went away. So
I think we've officially seen about how long the U.S. government can be shut down for before things start
breaking.
Like you get about a month, and then stuff starts.
Duct tape doesn't work anymore.
No, like
$10,000 bonuses to get traffic controllers there probably don't work either.
Just gonna say some big flights, some big crashes, airline crashes don't help things.
Oh,
And
dude, it's terrible.
yeah, that Louisville thing was a mess.
Yeah. Well, and I said this either off air or on air. I would not want to fly into busy airports right now because it's already like the flying was already a mess.
Yeah.
It was already felt a little chancy in the busy airports, and now it's even worse.
Yeah, I'm nervous. I fly to Denver on Sunday, and
Gotcha.
my wife flies back from Orlando 2 hours after me. So we're gonna leave the dogs in the house, and I'm kind of nervous that I'm hoping that
If everything
No,
goes
everything
right.
works out, it should be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah.
For sure. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Hopefully that's when we talk next Tuesday, hopefully it's back open.
Fingers crossed.
Yep.
But yeah,
Yep.
one thing that I can just imagine has to be one of the most nerve-wracking and anxiety-inducing jobs is an air traffic controller at like a LaGuardia or a Chicago O'Hare or Atlanta kind of thing. Like that. I've seen the videos of the planes coming in at just a constant stream.
Dude,
and
yeah.
it's insane.
Well, and I know that it's completely different those, but even when you go to Minneapolis at night, it's amazing to see how many lights are in the sky.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So being an air traffic controller, terrible job.
No,
Flying into DC is absolutely terrifying. You know, you cut that corner and come down over the river there, and it's just horrible there.
You might hit a helicopter.
Well, and then so the when that happened, our executive officer from Companions for Children, Heather, was in DC when that happened. She was, and so she flew out like the day after, or 2 days after.
Nerve-wracking flight.
And she said that she said there was still luggage in the river. You could see luggage floating across the river, and she's like, it was so nerve-wracking. I couldn't even imagine.
That's terrible. Yeah. Well, air traffic controller, you have this job where you get paid decent. Nobody knows your name until it goes wrong, and then everybody's like trying to attack you.
Yeah, you flew a B-52 over the fairgrounds.
yeah. Right. So, yeah. Whoops. It happened.
Minot had just a year. The last like calendar year. Like, I'll take the past like month we've had as a much.
No, it had a bad past week too.
Yeah.
It was a rough week.
There was a murder. Yeah, there was some rough stuff going on in town. You're right.
Any local news that we need to talk about?
You brought it up, that murder that happened on Friday, or alleged murder that happened on Friday. Minot Police is still looking for information. So if you're in the area of like between 3rd Street and Broadway, by what's now not B&D, Karma. If you're in that area and you have a Ring camera, definitely check it for between 5 and 6:30 on Friday morning.
Yeah, for sure.
Never know what's going on there. That was a weird one. That's I think the big Minot story from the weekend, from what I saw.
I think Dickinson made the news with the police shooting.
Yeah, just this morning I saw that. Or that was last night. I think it happened. Yeah, I saw that. That was a unfortunate one there for sure.
Very good. Well, not very good, but moving on.
Yes, on to the next thing.
Yeah. So, just rounding out, obviously, we had you on to talk about the development of land and of homes in Minot. And I just kind of want to open, we do this a lot of times in our recorded podcast, but I want to do it today. Just kind of open the floor, and anything perhaps we missed, anything that you want to cover, anything that you feel is important to get out there on this topic that people should know.
Yeah, we have a important meeting coming up at City Hall on Thursday. 10 o'clock, it's the Minot Association of Builders, and the city staff is going to meet. Okay. It's our 3rd meeting we've done. So if you're looking at developing, looking at building, you're a builder, a plumber, a HVAC, anything that you take permits out, whatever, we'd love to see. We don't care if you're members or not. Please come to that. We would love to have a full house there. We're in the chamber.
The council chambers.
Council chambers there. So they upgraded us to that. So we got a decent crowd the last few times. And
so it's a public meeting as well.
Sure, people. We don't care who comes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'd love to have everybody there just to speak our mind to the city. And like I said, if you have any issues, permit wise or building wise, or just things you want to see changed,
it's a good place.
It's a great forum to get it out there.
I see. Yeah, so that's actually something that you guys at the Association of Builders work to get, just to create another channel of communication.
Correct. Yeah.
And I think that kind of puts another arrow in the quiver or whatever's.
Yeah, that works.
That works.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. I got one of 5
that's
today.
A good analogy. Yeah.
Of the city trying to be open to developers.
Yep. Yeah, they've had really good conversations and really good meetings with us, and listened to everyone's gripes, and yeah.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
They're taking the steps, and they're going through the process of at least trying to move forward with you guys and try to make this an easier process for everyone involved.
Absolutely.
And
very good.
What time is that meeting on Thursday again?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock a.m. Minot City Hall in the City Council chambers.
You got it.
Perfect.
Awesome. Well, really appreciate you coming on. It's been informative, and it's been a good time.
I've had fun. We got to do it again sometime,
Thank
Jeff.
you. Yeah, we can talk Wolves talk whenever. So.
Yeah, Wolves.
And development too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's bring you on once a week for 5-10 minutes just to talk Wolves.
Yeah, you'll be our sports contributor.
Exactly.
I'm in.
I love it.
All right. Thank you to everyone that tuned in for this one. It was great. Be sure to like and subscribe to the Dakotan on YouTube. Become part of that.
We're over 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, buddy. You just got to keep your bald head. Be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube. Become part of that Dakotan community. We're live every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m. And yeah, maybe we can get Kyler out there at a deal at the Festival of Trees to go on a little run.
Yeah,
well, that's right. Your reindeer suit.
Yeah, reindeer suit. We got to get that.
For this.
I have clients at 1:30 that day, so I don't know if I'll be able to run.
Oh, you're changing your mind again.
Well, we talked about this on Thursday.
You said that there was a chance.
I did. I tried. It's 1:30.
1:30. And so that means if we were at 1 o'clock, we could do this for a mile, just a mile.
If
You can do that in
How
an
about we raise
hour.
some funds,
There we
right?
go.
Yeah, let's do
there
it.
we go.
Like,
There
let's
we
start a
go.
GoFundMe, and every mile Skylar runs.
Skylar runs.
I had to get that in there.
Yes.
Every mile that Skylar
Skylar with an A runs.
Yep. We're gonna donate. Whatever.
X amount of money. There we
do
go.
it.
Yeah, let's make this happen, Kyler.
There we go.
I'm in.
I'll come out for the Festival of the Trees. I'll say that for a fact. I'll be there.
That'll be good. All right, thanks for watching. I love the ideas that we have here flowing at the end, so we might have to work on them. But we'll be back on next Tuesday for sure.
For sure, next Tuesday, we'll see if I can find someone to make Thursday happen.
It's deer hunting season.
It is
okay?
deer hunting
It's deer
season.
hunting season.
Yeah, we forgot. Yeah, last Friday was a great opening day.
We're good.
We're good. Yeah.